Hey, read any good books lately? How about opponents? Have you read any good opponents lately? In this episode of Pickleball Breakdown, Alex and I talk about telltale signs from your opponents that can give you clues on how to play your next shot. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss this one. Let's break it down. You know how this works. Send us your pickleball videos. Alex and I will break them down. We'll learn a little, laugh a little, and all get a whole lot better. This is Pickleball Breakdown. All right, let me set this up for you. From a Nationals qualifier in Las Vegas, that's Sose and Brian in the far court, Justin and Natalie on the near side.
Justin came up to me in Vegas, and he's a big fan, and he said some really nice things about our show. So, Justin, thank you so much for coming up and talking to me and saying hello in Vegas. And so I recorded this match, and he's going to be thrilled, but we're happy to have Justin on the show.
All right. Thanks, Justin. Appreciate it, man.
In a recent episode, we talked about the importance of when you're off ball, where you should position yourself and what you should be looking for when your partner is taking that third shot. And you were going to be so proud of Justin. He plays this perfectly. So just watch Justin on this. If you just pause it right there, look at Justin's position there, and he's even looking back at his partner. He's gauging it. He's doing everything you said to do right.
Yeah, that's textbook. That's exactly how you should operate right there.
And then what he does is he sees it's a good shot. He gets up there, he poaches, and then he drops one there, and then boom, 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 and it's good night.
Let's go back to that drop by Natalie. Look, so many players would categorize this as not a good drop shot. Did you know that?
Really?
Because it didn't land in the kitchen. Okay. I hear that all the time. What's a good drop shot? One that lands in the kitchen. I know we've talked about this before, but this is a great drop shot, and I almost prefer it this way. Like when my partner hits a drop shot like this, I am so happy. Because
can I guess why?
Why?
Let me guess why. Because it's just within reach. The Sose's reaching out there trying to take it out of the air, and she's more than likely going to pop it up.
And you just can't do much with it.
Yeah.
You can't do much with it. You can only go one direction with it. You have to hit up on the ball. Listen, anytime that you force your opponent to hit up on the ball from below the net, it is a good safe shot, regardless if it's a drop or a dink or any of that. To me, as the partner who's crashing in, I am just so happy right now.
Justin was happy, man, and he did crash in. He put himself in perfect position to just pounce on that ball and send it hard at Brian. Let me pause it right there, though. Hey, sorry for the interruption here. I wanted to pause it right here because Alex and I actually recorded this video a while ago, and what Alex is about to say here actually changed the way I played the game. It's really going to make a difference. So I just wanted to let you know that this is pretty important and you should listen. Okay, let's get back to it. Because I do want to bring up something that I do all the time. I don't trust my drops, and I'm not getting in there fast enough. And half the time I'm just watching them just to see if they get in there. And I just need to either be more confident or if my partner's hitting it, just trust that it's going to go in.
Trust is a very strong word.
Yeah.
But constantly assess the quality of the drop, and there comes a point where you can tell what the opponent is thinking about the quality of that shot too. So read their body language as well. If they start to pull back, you crash in.
Okay.
If they start to reach out like they can do something with it, maybe stay put. If they look like they're just gonna roll it, look to get in there and poach.
Okay. Really? So it's as much reading them as reading the ball. And
it's all of it, and it happens quick, but it's definitely something you can practice and learn to be good at.
Yeah, that's something that I probably don't even look at. So thank you, Coach.
Anytime.
That's why we do these things.
That's right. It's all for you.
All right. It really is. I tell people that all the time. I get free coaching right here. All right. Now the secret's out. Thank you. Our subscribers are going way down now. It's like, no, hit that subscribe button. Come on. All right. So Justin is there, and he pounces on it. He goes hard at Brian, who just gets enough paddle. What I really like about Justin's play here is he stays calm in this little backhand right here. That sets up another opportunity.
Yeah, I just love that play by Justin. It's not getting too greedy or overambitious, and just playing a really smart shot, generating a pop-up, and then putting the ball away. It's just perfect.
And the best thing is Justin just really shows off here at the end.
I love it, man. I love it. Play with passion or don't play. That's what I say.
Exactly. All right. So we have another play from Justin and Natalie we'd like to show you. This time we'll focus on Natalie. You know, Coach, we don't talk a lot about swing mechanics on this show. From time to time, the two-handed backhand, we'll talk about that in some other shots. But I think Natalie on this really shows some really good swing mechanics, especially on this first drive. And if you were just to pause it just right there and look at how she's set up to hit this ball, does it get any better than that?
No, that's really good. I mean, her body's turned sideways. She's driving off of her back leg, and she's hitting the ball out in front of her. All boxes checked there.
Yeah, and she just
Good
looks
stuff.
cool too. Yeah, and then the other box that she checks is that she drives it straight down the middle. You know, she could have gone at the moving target there, but she goes at the middle and gets another opportunity here. Now, this one did not go as well for her. This short hop here where she pops it up to Brian.
Well, you know my whole thing on short hops. Now.
Yeah, desperation move.
But remember, if you remember, in a defensive position, I love short hop. So the key is here you have a low center of gravity. You're down. Your paddle angle is down. So what are they right now?
Well, they're definitely in
Just in
transition in defensive
defense.
position. In the
So that's
transition
good,
zone.
but she pushes it, and then that inertia just takes that ball and leaves it high.
Okay.
So what I like to see here is that was a really good rip on the third shot drive, then fifth shot, drop.
Yeah,
That's
right.
where that one should have been.
Okay.
Much softer, yep.
And so that's all about anticipating too, right? Because you're putting it. You gotta be more ready for it than she was.
Yeah, it almost looked like she was surprised that drive came back, and you can never assume that a ball's not coming back.
Yeah, right. Conversely, if you look at Justin's position here on the other side, he seems to be in a better position if that ball had come his way
Agree.
to do something like that. Yeah. Okay. Does she get a little bit lucky here with this shot from Brian?
She did, yeah. That was an interesting shot there by Brian.
So she attacks it right away, puts it up a little high to Sosei, and then she's got another ball coming right at her again.
Right, yeah. Sosei didn't do much with that ball. I think she could have at least put them back on really blatant defense and been in control of that point. But she just kind of keeps that ball up, and Natalie's able to put a good swing on it. What Sosei does here is she's trying to roll a ball as if you would from below the net on a ball that was elevated above the net already. So all she needs to do there is hit out on it and still finish high and all that, but not focus on so much hitting up on it. You see how she'll pull her left shoulder and her right shoulder will come up like this, and she's trying to spin that ball rather than hit through it and drive it.
Natalie goes right after it again and hits a hard drive right at Brian, who tries a counter punch, and Brian, it just didn't work out for you.
Yeah, countering the haymaker with a haymaker is usually not the way to go about it. You don't want to lose sight of your paddle there. You want to keep it short and sweet. Lose sight of your paddle, timing becomes a big issue, and there he was just a little bit late, as you see, and hits it into the net.
So a really good point from Natalie here, wins the point, and then I love Justin again. He gets all fired up, and he's talking up his partner.
Always. Love it. Love it.
All right, Justin and Natalie, thank you so much. Justin, again, it was great meeting you in Vegas. Thanks for letting us break down your point.